Welcome to The Tragic Villain, where we dive deep into the minds of fiction's most notorious characters. You see, what makes a villain truly compelling goes beyond just their evil deeds. It's the why, the how, the moments that twisted their humanity and set them on a path of destruction. Today we're uncovering the darkest villains in fiction, exploring their tragic backstories and what makes them so compelling. We'll uncover the events that shaped them, the motivations that drive their actions, and the complexities that make them more than just one-dimensional bad guys. Darth Vader. The name alone sends shivers down your spine. The imposing figure clad in black, the iconic breathing, the chilling voice. He is the epitome of evil in the Star Wars universe, but beneath that mask lies a tragic tale of betrayal, loss, and the seductive power of the dark side. Imagine being Anakin Skywalker, a young boy gifted with extraordinary powers, ripped from his mother's arms and thrust into the Jedi Order. You're told to suppress your emotions, to detach yourself from the things you love. Now, fast forward to adulthood. You're haunted by visions of your secret wife, Padme, dying in childbirth. Desperate to save her, you cling to the promises of forbidden knowledge offered by Darth Sidious, the very embodiment of the dark side. This is where the tragedy deepens. Anakin, blinded by love and fear, betrays the Jedi Order, his friends, his own morals, all in a misguided attempt to save the woman he loves. He becomes Darth Vader, a weapon of the Empire, his rage and pain fueling his immense power. But the tragedy doesn't end there. Left burned and broken after a duel with his former master, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Vader is imprisoned in a suit that keeps him alive but forever reminds him of his physical and emotional scars. He spends years as the Emperor's enforcer, committing atrocities in the name of power, all the while haunted by the ghost of the man he once was. What makes Darth Vader so compelling is the constant struggle within him. He is a man consumed by darkness, yet glimmers of his former self, of Anakin Skywalker, still flicker within. And it's that flicker of humanity, that potential for redemption, that makes his eventual turn back to the light all the more powerful. Voldemort, the name strikes fear into the hearts of witches and wizards throughout the Harry Potter universe. He is the embodiment of pure evil, obsessed with immortality and power at any cost. But even the darkest of villains have a beginning, a moment where their path veered from light to shadow. In Voldemort's case, that moment can be traced back to his childhood, a childhood marked by fear, abandonment, and a profound lack of love. Born Tom Marvolo Riddle, Voldemort's life began not in the halls of Hogwarts but in a dreary orphanage, a stark contrast to the magical world he was destined to terrorize. Abandoned by his magical father and orphaned at a young age, Tom grew up devoid of love and affection, his only companions the other unwanted children. This isolation bred within him a deep-seated fear of mortality, a fear that would come to define his every action. Even as he entered Hogwarts displaying extraordinary magical abilities, Tom remained an outsider. He craved power, seeing it as the only way to escape the vulnerability of his childhood. This thirst for power led him down a dark path, delving into forbidden magic, seeking to cheat death itself. And cheat death he did, but at a terrible cost. With every act of dark magic, with every life he took, Tom Riddle shed a piece of his humanity, twisting himself into the monstrous entity known as Voldemort. He became a shell of a man, his soul fractured, his appearance distorted, a chilling testament to the corrosive nature of his pursuit of power. Voldemort's reign of terror left scars on the wizarding world, a darkness that touched countless lives. But it's in understanding his past, the pain and isolation that fueled his descent into evil, that we truly grasp the depth of his villainy. For within the monster, a flicker of the abandoned boy, Tom Riddle, still remains, a reminder that even the darkest hearts were once capable of love and light. Chapter 3, Hannibal Lecter, the Devil in Disguise. Hannibal Lecter. The name alone conjures images of chilling sophistication and unspeakable horrors. He is a brilliant psychiatrist with a taste for human flesh, a monster hiding in plain sight. But what if I told you there's another layer to this complex character, a detail often overlooked that adds a chilling new dimension to his villainy? Hannibal Lecter is not a sadist. He doesn't derive pleasure from the suffering of others. In fact, he abhors rudeness and finds cruelty distasteful. He sees himself as a connoisseur of sorts, a curator of experiences with an unyielding belief in his own superiority. This is the twist, the chilling realization that elevates Hannibal Lecter from a mere monster to a truly unsettling figure. He operates by his own twisted moral code, a code that justifies his gruesome actions. He believes that most humans are beneath him, lacking the intellect and refinement to appreciate the finer things in life, including, in his mind, the taste of human flesh. This belief is rooted in his own traumatic past, a past marked by war and the loss of his beloved sister, Mischa. This experience shattered his innocence, leaving him with a profound sense of loss and a distorted view of humanity. Hannibal's brilliance lies in his ability to blend in, to appear normal, even charming, while harboring such monstrous desires. He is a predator who stalks his prey with surgical precision, always in control, always a step ahead. His actions are not driven by a desire to inflict pain, but rather by a perverse sense of curiosity and a desire to experience the world through a unique and disturbing lens. And it's this unsettling detachment, this cold, calculating approach to his crimes that makes Hannibal Lecter one of the most fascinating and terrifying villains in fiction. Chapter 4. The Joker. An agent of chaos, the Joker. A laughing hyena in a purple suit, a walking nightmare with a penchant for chaos and mayhem. He is Batman's arch-nemesis, a force of pure anarchy. The Joker's true origins remain shrouded in mystery. He is the embodiment of chaos, a force that revels in the absurd, a master manipulator who uses chaos to expose society's fragility. He wants to break Batman mentally, proving even heroes can be driven to madness. The Joker's lack of attachments makes him a lone wolf, a force of nature. He is the embodiment of our deepest fears, a chilling reminder that sometimes the only sane response to an insane world is laughter. Chapter 5. Thanos, the Mad Titan's twisted logic. Thanos, the Mad Titan, a name whispered with fear throughout the galaxy. Driven by a twisted sense of compassion and armed with the Infinity Gauntlet, Thanos embarks on a quest to reshape the universe in his image. But what led this seemingly invincible being down such a destructive path? What drives a being of such immense power to desire the annihilation of half of all life? Thanos is not your typical power-hungry despot. He is driven by a deeply flawed yet unwavering belief that the universe is finite, its resources dwindling, and that its only salvation lies in drastic measures. He sees himself as a savior, a necessary evil, willing to make the ultimate sacrifice to ensure the survival of the universe, even if it means sacrificing trillions of lives. His methods are undeniably monstrous, wiping out half of all life with a snap of his fingers. But to understand Thanos, we must delve into the tragedy that shaped his worldview. He witnessed firsthand the devastation of his home planet, Titan, ravaged by overpopulation and dwindling resources. This experience scarred him, convinced him that the universe was on a collision course with its own demise. Thanos' tragedy lies in his inability to see alternative solutions, to comprehend that there might be other ways to address the problems he perceives. He is blinded by his own pain, his own sense of righteousness, convinced that he alone holds the key to universal salvation. His ultimate fate, defeated and left to contemplate the consequences of his actions, is a stark reminder that even the most well-intentioned extremism can lead to unimaginable suffering. Thanos' story is a cautionary tale, a warning that even with the best of intentions, the path to hell is often paved with good intentions. In the end, Thanos' legacy is one of both destruction and unintended consequences. He achieved his goal, albeit temporarily, but at a cost that shook the very foundations of the universe. His story serves as a reminder that even in the face of overwhelming power, hope and resilience can prevail. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into fiction's darkest villains, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more content from The Tragic Villain.